Ever get that Indiana Jones itch? Not for the whip and fedora, but for uncovering something truly ancient, something that rewrites history.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, that's the life of a paleontologist. And today we're diving deep into how to nail that interview using RoleCatcher's incredible guides.
Yeah, it's a treasure trove of insights, especially if you want to stand out in this competitive field.
Absolutely. But before we unearth those interview secrets, let's set the scene a little bit. What does a paleontologist actually do?
Well, it's more than just digging up dinosaurs.
Although that's got to be a perk.
Oh, for sure. But think of it more like scientific detective work, Analyzing fossils to reconstruct ecosystems, climates, even entire evolutionary paths.
So it's big picture stuff.
Huge. And that's why attention to detail is key. Research skills are a must, and you really need to be able to communicate those groundbreaking findings to the world.
So you're piecing together a puzzle millions of years in the making. But let's be real. Getting your foot in the door is tough. RoleCatcher talks about this applicant tracking system hurdle. How does their AI help with that?
Think of it as your secret weapon against the robots.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's AI actually dissects job descriptions, pinpointing the exact skills employers want, and then helps you tweak your resume so it screams, "Hire me," to those algorithms.
It's like having a translator for the language of recruitment bots.
Exactly.
And for those who want to go all in, there's Copilot AI.
Exactly. It's like having a personal coach. Copilot helps tailor your cover letter, craft those perfect application answers, and even gives you AI-powered interview practice with personalized feedback. So yeah, it's all about boosting your confidence and making sure you're putting your best foot forward.
Okay, so we've got our tools ready, I think. Time to dig into those interview questions. RoleCatcher provides 9 sample questions, and we're going to spend the bulk of our time here, about 75%, really dissecting them.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get started.
All right, first up, can you explain your educational background and how it has prepared you for this role? It seems simple enough, but what are they really after with a question like that?
It's not just a degree checklist. What they really want to see is how you connect your academic path to the real-world work of a paleontologist. Have you actually thought about that?
So how do you bring that to life in your answer? How do you make that clear?
Well, I think focus on the courses directly relevant to paleontology, whether it's fieldwork, lab work, even specific techniques like fossil identification.
Right, the practical stuff.
Exactly. And did you take any independent learning initiatives? Don't be shy about mentioning those.
Like devouring scientific journals or maybe volunteering at a museum?
Perfect examples. It shows a genuine passion, which RoleCatcher emphasizes is vital in this competitive field. They even give this great sample response. My coursework in evolutionary biology and paleoecology provided a strong foundation for understanding the interconnectedness of ancient ecosystems, which I believe is essential for interpreting fossil records accurately.
Oh, that's good.
Right.
Yeah. It's a strong response because it highlights how your academic background has laid the groundwork for the analytical thinking needed in paleontology. It's not just about what you learn, but how you learn to think, like you were saying.
Exactly.
And this is where a good follow-up question from you, the interviewee, can really set you apart. Something like, beyond your formal education, what self-directed learning have you done to deepen your paleontology knowledge?
Ooh, I like that. It takes it beyond the textbook and shows initiative.
Okay, next up. How do you stay up to date with the latest paleontology research? This one feels like a passion test.
Absolutely. Paleontology is constantly evolving, with new discoveries emerging all the time. They want to see you're genuinely curious and actively engaged in the scientific community.
So how do you demonstrate that genuine excitement?
Be specific. Mention the journals you read, the researchers you follow, even online communities you participate in. Did you have a recent discovery that blew your mind?
Right.
Share that and explain why it resonated with you.
It's about showing you're not just keeping up, you're actively contributing to the conversation. And this is where RoleCatcher's AI comes in handy. You can actually paste your answer into their Copilot tool and get feedback on how well it addresses the prompt, even for this specific job you're applying for.
Exactly. It's like having a second pair of eyes, making sure your passion shines through and you're hitting all the right notes. RoleCatcher also has a great sample response for this. I'm particularly fascinated by the ongoing research into the feathered dinosaurs of the Jurassic period, as it's revolutionizing our understanding of the evolution of birds.
Oh, that's cool. Right.
It shows you're not just passively consuming information, you're engaging with the big questions in the field. And you can take it a step further by flipping the script and asking your own follow-up question. How about, Can you share a recent paleontology discovery that excited you and explain why it caught your attention?
I love that. It turns you from interviewee to fellow enthusiast. Now, question 3 gets down to brass tacks. What is your experience working with fossils and other paleontological specimens? This is where they want to see if you've actually got your hands dirty.
Well, sometimes literally too. They're looking for hands-on experience, whether it's field work like excavations and fossil hunting, or lab work like preparing, cleaning, and analyzing specimens.
So even if it's not a formal paid position, have you volunteered on digs or assisted researchers?
Yeah, anything like that shows initiative.
RoleCatcher's Career Guide highlights the many paths you can take, from fieldwork to museum curation. They even provide examples of how responsibilities evolve as you move from entry-level to senior paleontologist. One profile mentions a paleontologist who specializes in microfossils and uses 3D scanning technology to reconstruct ancient ecosystems.
Oh, that's fascinating. It's not just hammers and chisels anymore.
Right.
Technology is changing the field.
Right. And speaking of examples, RoleCatcher's sample response for this question is excellent. During my graduate research, I was responsible for meticulously excavating and preparing a collection of Triassic reptile fossils, which involved learning specialized techniques for removing rock matrix and preserving delicate bone structures.
It really paints a vivid picture, doesn't it?
It does. It showcases specific skills and techniques. And to really impress, you could follow up with, describe a time when you had to solve a challenging problem during fieldwork or lab work related to paleontology.
That's a great one. It's what they call a behavioral question. It goes beyond just listing experiences and digs into how you think on your feet and adapt to unexpected situations, essential skills for any paleontologist.
It shows you can handle the unpredictable nature of the field. Okay, ready for question 4?
Bring it on. Okay, this one's a chance to showcase your big picture thinking. Can you explain the importance of paleontology in understanding the Earth's history?
So this is where we connect the dots between those ancient fossils and our world today.
Exactly.
It's about understanding the whole story.
Right. Think of it as an opportunity to teach. Explain how paleontology helps us reconstruct past environments, understand climate change over millions of years, even track the evolution of species.
It's about seeing beyond the individual fossil and understanding how it fits into that grand narrative of life on Earth.
Yeah.
And speaking of grand narratives, RoleCatcher has a fantastic example in the response. Ready for this?
Hit me.
Paleontology provides a crucial window into deep time, allowing us to trace the evolution of life on Earth and understand how organisms have responded to environmental changes over millions of years. This knowledge is essential for comprehending the current biodiversity crisis and predicting the potential impacts of future climate change.
It's powerful because it connects the study of ancient life to some of the most pressing issues facing our planet today.
It really does.
It shows you understand the relevance of paleontology in a modern context.
And you can build on that connection by asking a follow-up question like, how do you think paleontology can contribute to solving some of the environmental challenges we face today?
That's a great way to show you're forward thinking and you're interested in applying your knowledge to real-world problems.
Okay, next up is, can you discuss your experience with scientific writing and publishing? Now, this one might feel a little intimidating, especially for someone just starting out.
Remember, even the most accomplished scientists had to start somewhere. The interviewer just wants to see that you understand the process of scientific communication and you can effectively convey your findings.
So even if you haven't published in a peer-reviewed journal yet, you can still highlight those relevant experiences.
Absolutely. Talk about your thesis research, any scientific writing you've done for class projects, even presenting at a university symposium. The key is to showcase your ability to think critically, analyze data, and present your findings in a clear and persuasive way. And RoleCatcher's sample response demonstrates this well. While I haven't yet published in peer-reviewed journals, I have extensive experience writing research papers and lab reports during my undergraduate and graduate studies. I'm particularly proud of my thesis, which involved analyzing the fossil record of a newly discovered species of Cretaceous dinosaur.
That's a great example. It really focuses on the skills developed, rather than just the publication record.
Exactly.
And to demonstrate a deeper understanding of the challenges of scientific writing, you could follow up with, What are some of the challenges you've encountered in scientific writing, and how have you overcome them?
That's a fantastic question because it shows you're aware of the complexities involved in scientific writing and that you're willing to learn and adapt.
Okay, let's move on to, can you discuss your experience with statistical analysis and data interpretation?
All right.
This is where paleontology meets the world of data science.
It is.
Numbers can tell amazing stories.
Absolutely. Data analysis is essential in paleontology. The interviewer wants to know you're comfortable working with data and can extract meaningful insights from it.
So what specifics should we highlight in our answer?
Be really clear about the statistical methods and software you've used. Have you worked with any databases or visualization tools specific to paleontology?
Oh, good point.
Mention those.
RoleCatcher's Career Guide mentions the increasing role of technology in the field. 3D scanning, geographic information systems,
Oh, yeah, GIS.
even DNA analysis is changing how we understand fossils.
For sure.
Demonstrating familiarity with these tools can definitely give you an edge.
Absolutely. And their sample answer is a great illustration of that. During my research on the impact of climate change on ancient ecosystems, I utilized statistical software to analyze fossil distribution patterns and identify correlations with environmental factors. This analysis allowed me to develop a model predicting the potential impact of future warming on marine biodiversity.
Wow. So it shows you can go beyond just crunching numbers. You can use data to address critical questions about the past and the future.
Exactly.
You could even ask a follow-up question like, could you describe a time when your data analysis led to a surprising discovery or change your understanding of a paleontological problem?
Ooh, that's brilliant. It encourages the candidate to reflect on their experiences and demonstrate how data analysis can lead to new insights and breakthroughs.
Okay, on to the next question. Can you discuss your experience with teaching or mentoring others?
Okay.
This might seem a little unexpected for a paleontologist role, but
It's all about those transferable skills. Being able to explain complex ideas clearly is essential, whether you're teaching students, mentoring colleagues, or even presenting your research to the public.
right, communication is a two-way street.
Yes.
And RoleCatcher's Copilot AI tool can help you refine your responses to these types of questions, ensuring that they're articulate and engaging. Think of it as your communication coach.
Absolutely. It's like having a personal editor who understands the specific nuances of scientific communication.
And RoleCatcher's sample answer for this question highlights the value of mentorship. While I haven't held a formal teaching position, I have significant experience mentoring undergraduate students in the lab. I guided them through the process of fossil preparation, data analysis, and scientific writing, and I found it incredibly rewarding to see them develop their research skills and passion for paleontology.
It demonstrates your ability to guide others and foster a passion for the field,
Yeah.
which is crucial for building the next generation of paleontologists.
And to further showcase your understanding of effective mentorship, you could ask, what do you consider to be the most important qualities of an effective mentor in the field of paleontology?
That's a great follow-up. It allows the candidate to reflect on the role of mentorship in their own development and in the advancement of the field.
Okay, next question. Can you discuss your experience with project management and leadership? Again, this might seem surprising for a paleontologist, but
It's all about those transferable skills again, right? They're valuable in any field, whether you're leading a research team, managing fieldwork logistics, or even just organizing your own research. Strong project management skills are essential.
and RoleCatcher's Career Guide emphasizes that leadership opportunities can arise in various paths, from research management to museum curation. Highlighting those transferable skills can open up a wider range of possibilities.
For sure. And their sample answer for this question demonstrates this beautifully. During my graduate studies, I led a team of students in a research project investigating the paleoecology of a Cretaceous marine ecosystem. I was responsible for delegating tasks, managing the project timeline and budget, and ensuring that we met our research goals. The project was a great success, culminating in a publication in a peer-reviewed journal.
That's a good one. It clearly highlights your ability to lead a team, manage a project, and achieve concrete results. And to really dig into the candidate's understanding of research leadership, you could follow up with, what do you consider to be the biggest challenges of leading a research project in paleontology, and how would you approach those challenges?
That's fantastic because it challenges the candidate to think critically about the complexities of research leadership and to demonstrate their problem-solving skills.
It also showcases their awareness of the potential obstacles,
Mhm.
and their ability to strategize and adapt.
Absolutely.
Okay, on to our final question in this section. Can you discuss your experience with outreach and public engagement? This is a question that's often overlooked, but is becoming increasingly important in the world of science.
It's all about bridging that gap between the scientific community and the public.
Yeah. Sharing the excitement of discovery and inspiring the next generation of scientists.
Exactly. And remember, paleontology is a fantastic gateway to science. Who wasn't fascinated by dinosaurs as a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Right. So think about any experience you've had in communicating science to a non-scientific audience. Giving public talks, leading museum tours, writing for popular science blogs, even using social media to share your passion for paleontology. It all counts.
And RoleCatcher's Copilot AI can be a valuable tool for refining your communication skills.
Mhm.
You can practice answering questions about public engagement and get feedback on how to make your message more impactful.
It's like having a personal coach to help you become a more effective science communicator.
Now, RoleCatcher provides a great sample response for this question. I'm passionate about sharing my love of paleontology with the public, and I've had several opportunities to do so. I've volunteered as a local natural history museum, leading tours and giving presentations on dinosaur evolution.
Mm.
I've also participated in science outreach events at local schools, inspiring young students to pursue careers in STEM fields.
That's a wonderful example.
It is. It highlights your enthusiasm and your ability to engage with different audiences.
Yeah.
And to further explore their approach to science communication, you could follow up with a question like, if you were given the opportunity to design a paleontology exhibit for a museum, what would be your main goal and how would you achieve it?
I love that question. It challenges the candidate to think creatively and to articulate their vision for engaging the public with the wonders of paleontology.
It goes beyond just having experience. It taps into their passion and their understanding of how to make science accessible and exciting for everyone.
Exactly.
All right, we've dissected all 9 interview questions. That was a marathon, but I think we uncovered some real gems.
We did. And remember, these questions are just a starting point.
Right, each interview is going to be unique, and you'll likely encounter variations on these themes. But by understanding the underlying intent and practicing your responses, you'll be well prepared to showcase your skills, knowledge, and passion for paleontology.
And don't forget about RoleCatcher's resources. Their career guide provides invaluable insights into the different career paths, the skills needed, and even salary expectations.
It's like a roadmap for navigating the exciting world of paleontology.
It is. And their AI tools can be a game changer, helping you tailor your application, refine your communication, and practice your interview skills until you feel confident and ready to shine.
It's about leveraging all the tools at your disposal to present your best self and land that dream job.
Exactly. Okay, before we wrap up, I think it's important to touch on some of the broader career insights that RoleCatcher highlights in their guide. Because becoming a successful paleontologist is about more than just acing the interview.
Right, it's about understanding the realities of the field, the challenges, and the rewards. What are some of the key insights that stood out to you?
One thing that really resonated with me was their emphasis on the importance of specialization. Paleontology is such a broad field, and as you progress in your career, you'll likely find yourself focusing on a particular area of expertise.
Right, whether it's vertebrate paleontology, invertebrate paleontology, micropaleontology, paleobotany, or paleoecology.
Oh, there are so many fascinating paths to explore.
There really are.
And RoleCatcher provides a great overview of these different specializations with summaries of what each one involves and the types of research questions they address.
It's like a menu of possibilities. It can help you choose the path that aligns with your interests and passions.
Speaking of passions, one thing that came up repeatedly in the guide was the importance of networking. Paleontology is a collaborative field, and building relationships with other scientists is essential for your success.
Attending conferences, joining professional organizations, even just reaching out to researchers whose work you admire, these are all valuable ways to connect with others in the field.
And those connections can lead to research collaborations, job opportunities, and even mentorship.
It's about building a community of support and sharing your love of paleontology with like-minded individuals.
Exactly. And RoleCatcher's Guide also highlights the importance of continuous learning. Paleontology is a constantly evolving field, so staying up to date with the latest research, attending workshops, and even pursuing further education are essential for staying ahead of the curve.
It's about embracing a lifelong journey of discovery, always seeking new knowledge and pushing the boundaries of what we know about the history of life on Earth.
And remember, a career in paleontology is more than just a job. It's a calling. It requires passion, dedication, and a willingness to embrace the challenges and the rewards that come with uncovering the secrets of the past.
It's about making a real contribution to scientific knowledge and inspiring others to appreciate the wonder and beauty of the natural world.
Now, speaking of inspiring others, I think it's worth taking a deeper dive into the topic of public outreach and engagement, which we touched on briefly during the interview question section.
Yes, this is a crucial aspect of being a scientist in today's world.
Absolutely. Public outreach is about sharing your passion for paleontology with the world, breaking down complex scientific concepts, and inspiring the next generation of scientists.
And there are so many ways to do this, from giving public talks and leading museum tours to writing for popular science magazines and engaging with audiences on social media.
RoleCatcher's Career Guide emphasizes the importance of developing strong communication skills for anyone interested in pursuing a career in paleontology. And I think this is where their AI tools can be particularly helpful.
Right. Their Copilot AI can provide feedback on your writing, your presentation style, and even your body language,
It can.
helping you become a more confident and engaging science communicator.
It's about honing those skills and finding your unique voice as a science storyteller.
Because ultimately, public outreach is about connecting with people on an emotional level, sparking their curiosity and inspiring them to see the world in a new way.
And paleontology is a field that lends itself beautifully to storytelling. It's about bringing the past to life, sharing the stories of ancient creatures, and revealing the connections between the ancient world and our own.
It's about fostering a sense of wonder and appreciation for the incredible history of life on Earth.
And when you can do that, you're not just sharing knowledge, you're igniting a passion for science that can last a lifetime.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground today, from the nitty-gritty of interview prep to the broader career insights and the importance of public engagement.
We've certainly given them a lot to chew on.
But before we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with something to ponder as they embark on their own adventures in this field.
Oh, a parting thought to spark their imagination.
We've talked about the skills, the knowledge, the practicalities of becoming a paleontologist. But what about the heart of it all? What kind of impact do you dream of making as a paleontologist?
That's a fantastic question. Yeah, it goes beyond just landing the job. It's about envisioning your contribution to the field.
Exactly. Is it discovering a new species, uncovering a missing link in the evolutionary chain, or maybe shedding light on a pivotal moment in Earth's history? Or perhaps it's inspiring a whole new generation to fall in love with paleontology.
It's about adding your own unique chapter to the ongoing story of scientific discovery.
Every fossil unearthed, every research paper published, every young mind inspired, it all contributes to our collective understanding of the past.
And remember, the beauty of paleontology is that there's always something new to discover. Every expedition, every dig, every analysis holds the potential to rewrite what we know about the history of life on Earth.
It's a field that's constantly evolving, challenging us to question our assumptions and to embrace the unknown.
So, to all those aspiring paleontologists out there, embrace that challenge. Let your curiosity be your compass, your passion be your fuel, and your dedication be your guide.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And remember, RoleCatcher is an invaluable resource for anyone serious about pursuing a career in paleontology. Their guides provide a wealth of information, and their AI tools can give you a real edge in that competitive job market.
Don't just take our word for it. Explore the additional resources linked within the guides, check out their blog, and sign up for a free account to unlock even more tools and support.
It's a fantastic investment in your future as a paleontologist.
So go out there, unearth those dreams, and make your mark on the world. Who knows? Maybe someday we'll be featuring your groundbreaking discoveries on this very deep dive.
That's a wrap on today's deep dive into the world of paleontology. Thanks for joining us. And remember, the past is never truly gone. It's just waiting to be discovered.